In the small town of Duskwood Hollow, there was a small boy named Jimmy. He was a rather odd young boy who had a peculiar collection of toys. He didn't have many friends to play with because of the odd nature and unease he had towards others. He didn't sleep well due to his insomnia caused by unsettling nightmares he would have around midnight, when the clock would strike 12. As the moonlit shadows danced on his bedroom walls, a recurring nightmare gripped him tightly. In his dreams, his toys would awaken with sinister glints in their eyes, fueled by a sinister desire to end the lives of his family. The toy soldiers would march with evil intent. They would point small rifles at the hearts of his loved ones. The porcelain doll, once gentle and serene, would grasp a sharp dagger, giggling with malice as she stalked the hallways of his home. Even the old wind-up clown with its permanent eerie grin would come to life, plotting unspeakable horrors. Jimmy couldn't escape these haunting dreams, night after night. His innocent eyes now held the weight of fear, and he became distant from his family, not wanting to put them in danger. With his growing distance, he decided to read more often to get his mind off the reoccurring nightmares. One afternoon, on his way home from school, like always, he would stop by the local town square library and grab a few new books for the week. Before he arrived at the library, he noticed a small shop called Mr. Grimsby's Peculiar Puppet Emporium near an old, abandoned theatre. It had a sign posted in the window that stated, "We can cure any unsettling nightmare." He shrugged it off and went to his usual place of comfort. He had heard of rumors in school about a creepy place nearby in the town square that sold puppets and oddities. The owner's name is Lucius, or more commonly known as Mr. Grimsby. His appearance was as strange as the puppets he crafted, and rumors whispered he possessed unnatural powers. One day, curiosity got the better of Jimmy, and he ventured into Mr. Grimsby's Peculiar Puppet Emporium. With the unsettling nightmares that were reoccurring, he couldn't help but remember of what the sign in the window had stated. Upon entering, Jimmy discovered a hidden chamber filled with an assortment of rare and eerie toys. A dusty book lay on a table, its pages filled with dark spells and incantations. Against his better judgment, Jimmy couldn't resist the temptation to utter the ominous words he found within. Unbeknownst to the innocent boy, with each recitation, he bound himself deeper to the malevolent forces, not knowing that the nightmares would grow more vivid, more threatening, as if the toys in his dreams had found a conduit into his waking reality. One night, as the clock struck midnight, Jimmy's nightmares reached their peak. He saw his family tied and gagged, surrounded by his malevolent toys. Panic-stricken, he tried to wake himself, but the nightmare had a firm grasp on his mind. He felt powerless to stop the impending doom. Then, with a jolt, Jimmy finally woke up, gasping for air, tears streaming down his cheeks. Relieved, he realized it was all just a dream. He ran downstairs, eager to find his family safe and sound. But as he reached the living room, the toys seemed different, almost sentient. To his horror, the wind-up clown turned its painted face towards him and spoke.
We are woken, little Jimmy. The nightmare you created has become our reality.
Shivers crawled up his spine as he watched the toys move, their intentions now clear. The nightmare was not just a dream, it was a premonition. The dark magic had spilled into the waking world, and now his family's lives hung in the balance. Jimmy knew he had to undo the curse he had unwittingly cast. With trembling hands, he searched for the book inside the Emporium. Mr. Grimsby appeared, sinister smile widening as he revealed himself to be the orchestrator of this evil and wrongdoing, speaking out to little Jimmy.
Your fear, young one, was my greatest creation. Now you shall be the key to unlocking the true power of my puppets.
Summoning every ounce of bravery, Jimmy confronted the puppeteer, demanding he undo the spell. But the sinister man laughed, his voice echoing in the dimly lit chamber.
You've already set the wheels in motion, my dear boy. There's no turning back now.
With a flick of his wrist, Mr. Grimsby brought the toys and puppets to life. Jimmy tried to resist, but the enchantment had taken hold of him. His only hope was to find a solution that would ensure his family's safety. And in a swift motion, Jimmy ran towards the exit, avoiding all of the toys and puppets being wakened by the curse of his dreams. In that moment of pure fear, he stumbled upon the book that bestowed the horrors that were occurring. Without any thought, he snatched the book up and held onto it for dear life. Upon his escape from the wicked Emporium, a chilling yet disturbed voice spoke out in frightening tone, echoing the same disturbing sentence that had haunted Jimmy's nightmares from the very beginning.
Your demise is coming true, little Jimmy. No one can stop us from the horrors you have created.
And in that moment, a sense of unease settled over Jimmy. He knew, deep down, that the nightmare was far from over, because he is the key and sole reason for this disturbing horror that is upon him and his family. This curse has to be broken, he exclaimed, remaining as the key to the disturbing horror that plagued him and his family. Determined to find a way to free himself and protect his loved ones, Jimmy embarked on a quest to uncover the truth behind Lucius's sinister powers. Seeking guidance and answers, Jimmy returned to the dusty book he had found in the hidden chamber of Mr. Grimsby's Puppet Emporium. He carefully studied its pages, searching for a solution that could reverse the curse he had unwittingly unleashed. The book revealed ancient knowledge about dark magic and the ways to break enchantments. Jimmy discovered that the curse required a counterspell, a powerful incantation that could sever the connection between the toys and the malevolent forces controlling them. The incantation was complex and dangerous, but Jimmy was determined to save his family. Armed with newfound knowledge and a desperate resolve, Jimmy set out on a journey to find the components necessary to perform the counterspell. He traversed through forgotten forests, explored forbidden ruins, and consulted wise old hermits who possessed ancient wisdom. Throughout his journey, Jimmy encountered trials and faced his deepest fears. He learned to confront the darkness within himself, for it was the source of the malevolent power that had fueled the curse. Each step brought him closer to unlocking the true strength hidden within him. Finally, after overcoming numerous obstacles and collecting the required components, Jimmy returned to Duskwood Hollow. He stood before the Puppet Emporium, determined to face Mr. Grimsby once more. This time, he would not give in to the fear that haunted him. As the clock struck midnight once again, Jimmy entered the Puppet Emporium, his heart pounding with a mixture of fear and determination. Mr. Grimsby, wearing his sinister smile, awaited him in the dimly lit chamber, surrounded by the now horrifying toys. In a heart-wrenching battle, Jimmy fought against the malevolent toys. Limbs cracked, porcelain shattered. With unwavering resolve, Jimmy recited the counterspell, his voice resonating with ancient power. The words echoed through the chamber, reverberating against the walls, and shattered the remnants of the curse. The toys trembled, their lifeless forms crumbling to the ground. As the last remnants of dark magic dissipated, Jimmy felt a weight lift off his shoulders. He had broken the curse, freed himself, and saved his family from the clutches of eternal darkness. But he knew that he must remain vigilant, for the shadows of his past would always linger. From that day forward, Jimmy's nightmares subsided. Him and his family slowly regained their sense of security, though the scars of the ordeal remained. They served as a reminder of the strength and resilience they had discovered within themselves. As for Mr. Grimsby, he vanished, his puppet emporium disappearing along with him.